All right, let's just jump right into it. Picture this. You are suddenly thrown back in time to the late Cretaceous period. This isn't some scenic tour, though. This is a crash course in survival, and you're about to learn just how perfectly lethal nature's greatest predators really were.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Everything that makes us dominant today, our brains, our tools, it's all basically useless here. In this world, the rules are ancient and brutally simple. You're not at the top of the food chain anymore. Not even close.
So you come to. And the first thing you notice isn't the weird plants or the thick, heavy air. No, it's that giant three-toed hole in the sand right next to you, slowly filling with seawater. Your brain just can't process the scale of it. That footprint? That's your one and only warning that something impossibly huge was just standing right where you are.
Okay, so let's start with the most direct threat. The kind of predator that doesn't need to be sneaky or clever. Their entire hunting method is just a terrifyingly simple equation. Pure, overwhelming power. You're making your way through some dense ferns, and then it happens. First, you feel this deep, rhythmic vibration in your chest. And then, complete silence. Every bird, every insect, every little rustle just stops. That's the sound of an entire ecosystem holding its breath, because the king has just entered the room. And then you see it. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Your body just screams run. So you do. But just look at this comparison. It shows you how hopeless that is. Your all-out, adrenaline-fueled sprint is barely faster than its casual stroll. You're not really escaping. You're just the opening act. And here's why it doesn't even need to run you down. We're talking 8 tons of bite force. That number is so huge, your nervous system literally can't comprehend it. The last thing you'd feel isn't pain. It's just pressure. An instantaneous, world-ending pressure, as jaws filled with banana-sized teeth simply erase you. And you know, the T-Rex wasn't the only one with this approach. Take Tyrannotitan. Its whole deal was to just hit you like a runaway truck first, and then maybe bite you later. Or Acrocanthosaurus, which used the giant muscles on its back to literally rip things in half. The common theme here? Your strategy means nothing when the other guy can just walk through a wall, or you. So, brute force is one problem. But let's talk about a different kind of terror. What about the hunters you never ever see coming? The ones that turn the world around you into a weapon. Right? So this hunting style is all about playing the long game. These guys don't waste energy chasing you down. Nope. They wait, they watch, and they put all their energy into one single devastating strike from hiding. The first sign you have that you're being hunted is, well, it's the attack itself. You're desperate, you need water, and you find a river. It looks so calm, but that's the illusion. The surface just erupts. There's no warning, just a massive explosion of water, scales, and teeth that have you before your brain can even send the "we're in trouble" signal. And this chart here shows the real problem. In the Cretaceous, water is not your friend. It doesn't matter if it's a river hiding a Spinosaurus, a swamp with a Dinosaurus lurking, or even the ocean patrolled by Mesozoic. Every single body of water has its own custom-built monster waiting for you. And the way they kill you is just horrifyingly efficient. Let's talk about Dinosaurus, basically a city bus-sized crocodile. Once its jaws are locked on, it starts to spin its entire multi-ton body. This isn't just twisting, it's physics. It's applying rotational force that your skeleton was never designed to handle. Your body doesn't just break, it comes apart. Okay, so we've covered overwhelming power and killers you can't see. But now, we've got to talk about what might be the scariest threat of all. Predators that are strong, but also smart. Predators that use teamwork. Yeah, this is a different kind of brutal. Something like a Carcharodontosaurus might not even try to kill you with the first bite. Instead, it uses those shark-like teeth to open up a massive wound. And then it just follows you. It just waits for you to run out of blood and energy. It turns the hunt into a war of attrition it knows you can't possibly win. Now imagine that same wait for them to get weak strategy, but with a whole team. That's the Maposaurus. As you can see, their hunt is a method. It's a system. They don't just chase you, they herd you. They cut off your escape routes, trap you, and then they take turns rushing in for a strike. This isn't chaos. It's a cold, calculated execution. And then, of course, you've got the raptors. What's so interesting here is that raptor doesn't just mean one thing. You've got the Utah raptor, the pack hunter that relies on teamwork. But you also have something like the Dakota raptor, a lone wolf that was all about speed and hit-and-run attacks. Same family, two totally different and totally lethal game plans. A Utah raptor pack attack is a nightmare of efficiency. One of them will hit you, and that giant 9-inch claw on its foot isn't for slashing you, it's for anchoring you, pinning you to the ground. And once you're held down, the rest of the pack moves in. The truly grim part, they don't need to wait for you to be dead to start eating. So, after surviving all of that in our heads, what's the big takeaway? It's really easy to just label these animals as monsters, but if you look at them from a biological point of view, they're something else entirely. They're masterpieces of evolution. This table sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? Each one of these predators developed a totally unique set of tools, perfectly designed for where it lived and what it hunted. T-Rex had the bone-crushing bite, Spinosaurus was the master of the river ambush, Maposaurus wrote the book on team takedowns. Each one was a specialist in its own deadly art form. So that's really the key thing to remember. Their terrifying skill wasn't about malice. It was just adaptation. For millions and millions of years, evolution was sharpening these animals for one single purpose: to be the most efficient killing machines imaginable in their environment. In a word, they were perfect at what they did. And that kind of leaves us with a final question to chew on. We survived as a species, not because we were bigger or stronger or faster, but because we developed a totally different kind of weapon: our minds. Understanding the raw, brutal efficiency of these ancient